Cameron Starr is the head coach of Marvin Ridge High School track and cross country, and he has been since the school opened 10 years ago. When Starr was younger, he would coach his younger brother's middle school and high school basketball teams. Due to this experience, later in college, he felt his calling to teach during the day and then coach in the afternoons. Since the third or the fourth grade, Starr has been on many sports teams. As a result, this has become a lifestyle for him. However, the main reason that he chose to go into this career is the relationships that he gets to build with the athletes. Many of them he taught in first grade 10 years ago, and now they are on his track team. Growing up, Starr's parents always stressed that he should do a job he likes doing and was good at. After reflection, he realized running was something he was both good at and enjoyed doing. The first person that came to Starr's mind was his fourth grade teacher. He was both a teacher and a track coach. Another that comes to mind is one of his college coaches. He was very knowledgeable about the sport and even helped Starr when he first started coaching. Also, the NC State head cross country coach has had an impact on Starr. They have known each other for 8 or 9 years through NC State high school cross country camp. Additionally, he has had many coaches throughout his life that stand out because they taught him what not to do, such as his high school basketball coach and some of his college coaches. He sees the balance as a lifestyle and believes that it all naturally falls into place. They flow into each other instead of being departmentalized. For example, his wife is a teacher as well, his son is on the track team, and his entire family is always included in team events. Starr really enjoys working with the kids. After working for kids for 2 or 3 seasons for 4 years, you get to know them on a personal level and make a large impact on them. Also, like mentioned before, he has been building relationships with some of these kids since the first grade. Starr started the program at Marvin Ridge High when the school first opened. Looking back, he likes being able to look at everything the program has been able to accomplish. When starting the program, he looked at the big picture and made it a goal to continuously be at the top even when you don't win a state championship, so you can build upon it the next year and learn from the experience and perspective you have had. Starr believes the hardest thing is dealing with parents that have a negative influence on their kids in our program. They believe they know more than the coach and influence their athletes to become uncoachable. He believes you need to be motivated, passionate, visionary, and most importantly, selfless. He believes that the successes are not yours, that they are the athletes, and then the failures are on you. He is constantly reading and learning to stay current on new things that are happening within the sport. He believes that no one thing is the best workout or the best plan. Instead, he encourages coaches to have a framework and then adapt to their athletes at that time. The program has always been on top, but that's not what's important for Starr. He wants the athletes to be at the top the right way by training hard, working hard, respecting each other, and focusing more on the experience and the process than the end goal and having a coaching staff that supports this. In track, Starr sees them as the most important piece of the puzzle. The head coach can't do everything. This is a difficult lesson for him to learn during the beginning of his career. Instead, he had to learn to delegate tasks. He believes they are valuable because they are the head coach of their event. They can really connect with the athletes and give them the tools and the means to grow. When looking for an assistant coach, he looks for a selfless coach that is willing to grow, learn, try new things, ask questions, and buy into the vision of the team. When working with assistant coaches, Starr tends to allow them to fail so that they can learn from their mistakes. Often, when working with younger assistant coaches, he notices that they do not understand that they don't always receive credit and need to prove themselves. Instead, they should give it to the kids. Says in his organization, the coach, the principal, and the athletic director work under a chain of command just like a sports team. The principal sets the tone for the school and the athletic teams, then the athletic director is the leader of the athletic department. He sets the tone and the core values of the athletic department. However, Starr has experienced many changes because he has coached long enough. He has found that it's easier to adapt when you have an established program. Starr thinks the most important part of being a motivator is being able to define everybody's role and job and then trying to get them to buy into them and work hard to achieve their goals. Supporting them in achieving their goals and letting athletes know you believe in them. He recognizes that there are different ways to motivate people. This is where he sees it as important to understand the different strengths of your staff because they'll be better at motivating in different ways. He looks for athletes to not only be athletic but also demonstrate leadership, ability and willingness to be led, work ethic, how they train when they are unsupervised, and selfless. He wants them to understand they do not have to be a star athlete to have a positive influence on the team. Starr has a lot of good memories of coaching. His favorite is being able to look back at the end of every season and knowing the majority of the athletes did the best they were capable of doing. However, his worst memory is selfish athletes and controlling parents that interfere with the team's culture and goals. Athletes will associate caring with his name. With his athletes so much that he thinks it's important for him to have a positive influence. He tries to be consistent with his core values and be able to admit in front of athletes when he is wrong. Most importantly, he understands the likelihood of anybody becoming a professional runner is small, so instead he would rather them be prepared to exceed in what they do and have a strong positive relationship with the people they interact with. Coaching has taught Starr humility, respect for people within the coaching community, and the importance of the impact that coaches have. Starr believes it is super important for aspiring coaches to be willing to get outside their comfort zone and try new things. They need to be the person that is willing to do what is asked and do things within the school setting to be proactive.